He has to be a assassin.
I saw the silver medal guy.
Yeah.
So that dude has actually participated in the Olympics before, if I'm like seeing stuff right.
You are.
I didn't fully look into it, but yeah,
everybody's like, this guy just had his hand in his pocket, no fucking sort of eyewear, any other extras. He just went out there and fucking shot.
And he was wearing with both normal. A lot of people do that, actually. That's a trained technique. A lot of people do.
I shoot with both eyes open.
Yeah.
Apparently, he's a fucking smoker too, and that's the one thing he wanted to do as soon as he went to Olympic Village was know where he could smoke at.
I mean, what do you do it if you're just the guy that doesn't have to exercise? You just go out and shoot a fucking pistol. What is it? An air pistol? I think they use.
I don't even know.
I think so. I think they're little pellet guns. But yeah, dude, like that dude. The memes of that guy were phenomenal. Every single one. Like it hit our security forces groups, and it was hilarious. Talking about like it, and a lot of people can probably relate to this, but one of them had said, O3s with, however much money worth of fucking equipment. Then you got the E4 and it was him.
Yeah. Yes, it's generally correct. Hi, Cam.
I was like, just about right.
Yeah.
What's up, Cam?
Yep, that's pretty much it, man. Like, go out.
Jay, you might as well do it now.
They get all this money to go out and buy like the most expensive gear, and then they just suck at whatever they're doing.
So dumb.
Dude, the way they hold that shit, I'm like, what in the fuck?
Have you seen them fire rifles?
The rifles is the worst.
On the shoulder, and then they're like holding it like this.
Yeah.
And then I'm like,
arched back.
Dude, that is just so impractical.
Yeah. No.
You gotta look at the best ones. Look at that, and then look at the Olympic speed walking, because that shit's hilarious as fuck. Yeah, I don't know if you looked it up yet, AG, but it's fucking hilarious. Like, motherfucking Shakira hips walking real fast down the.
I've seen speed walking. I didn't know they did it in the Olympics.
What do you mean they all cheated, Jay? What do you mean they all cheated in the speed walking?
Yeah, I saw that one.
Because their feet were leaving the ground?
Yeah.
They were running.
Yeah.
With like
y'all remember that?
Yeah, when you speed walk, you can only have one foot off the ground at a time.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They were like kind of jogging-ish. It was weird. It's fucking hilarious to watch though. Olympic speed walk. Those motherfuckers are cruising, dude.
Yeah.
Cruising. And their hips are like, their heads are doing this. They're side to side, weird jiggle.
Did y'all see the episode of Malcolm in the Middle about speed walking?
No. I've never watched that show before.
Oh man, it was good.
Yeah, there's no way that guy's walking. Like, I'm watching a video.
Who am I looking at?
Crazy.
Oh, mine's better.
All right, I'll look at yours. Yeah, that's the rifle shooting thing, and they hold this shit weird as fuck. Well, I like that some spinal compression I wouldn't want to deal with.
Yeah, no, that's
low back pain. I don't know. That one's
somebody said that all the shooters are Valorant operators.
Are what?
Valorant operators?
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that's like kind of racist or not. I'm not sure.
No, it's just the way that they dress and stand and
yeah. They do have some interesting looking gear and suits and equipment. Like, what do you need that jacket that person has on?
Yeah, I know.
What do you need that for? Does it actually provide some sort of stabilization for them?
It looks like there might be some stabilization, because what's that?
Did you see him?
Yeah,
but did you see him walk afterwards?
No.
Like they could barely fucking walk and bend their knee.
Maybe that's the whole thing, is it holds them in a position for them to shoot, being super stable. They don't have to like do it themselves that much. I don't know. That's how you knock your head off.
Like,
yeah.
that. What is that? Like
What?
the gun.
Bro, it is dialed the fuck in with counterweights. I mean, you don't have to lower your head at all to get a cheek weld on it. Like,
no.
Like, you just sit your face on it and it's there. You know?
Dude, highly trained military snipers don't even have sit-ups like that.
No. I mean...
And they're just as accurate, if not more accurate.
Facts.
I feel like all that stuff is taking the skill out of it. What it's
like,
meant to do.
It makes me want to go try it.
Meanwhile, you got skeet shooting just out there like a
regular dudes.
Straight up.
Like a boss.
Team USA out there with his Benelli over under and shit.
So, Jay, there were a couple of military shooters out there too.
Yeah. I send people to the Navy team to shoot.
And the way they do this on one hand, man, it's just...
Yeah, with this obnoxiously...
And they have to pick it up straight and everything.
Obnoxiously large fucking gun for like a fucking 22 caliber pellet.
Yeah, but I mean, for that one though, you're gonna need a little bit of barrel length for a little more accuracy.
I mean, I suppose, but I mean, look at the thing's ridiculous. I mean, look at the trigger guard on it. Why is it shaped like that?
I'll bet you it fucking weighs absolutely nothing though.
What I'm betting is that it's balanced so well that like you could probably put your finger right up there in front of the trigger and the trigger guard and it would just stay stable, steady right there. I bet it's like just uber balanced. Yeah, see that big bottom part, like counterweight in the bottom of that gun there, and it's probably all for balancing and steadiness, and that's pretty much all it is. But have you seen the size of their targets? They're fucking dude, they're like tiny.
So the pistol competition, I'm looking at the rules right now. It is a .22 caliber and no restrictions on length, width, or weight.
Right. .22 caliber pellet, right?
No, it doesn't.
I don't think they fire an actual.
Says the women's event and the men's rapid fire competitions use a .22 long rifle caliber pistol capable of firing 5 shots.
Oh, so they do actually fire a 22
It's
LR,
a 22,
not a pellet.
and those things have no fucking.
Yeah, I mean, look at those. Look at that image of that target compared to that person's
size of a
finger.
freaking playing card.
Yeah,
bro, that's
it's
a
like
post-it
trying to shoot
note.
the ace out of it.
Yeah, that's literally a post-it note, dude. Like, draw a circle on a post-it note. What do they shoot? What range do they shoot at? Like 15 yards, 10 yards, something like that?
So it's 10 meters for the pistol and it's 50 for rifle.
50 meters for pistol, or 10 meters for pistol. So
10 meter
about
is
30
like
feet.
the size of a quarter.
I hit it.
Jesus, I definitely hit the target, but hitting the center of it as close as they do with their groupings, that's crazy.
10 meter air rifle target.
Yeah, that's fucking tiny, dude.
Olympic shooters wear special clothing such as shooting jacket, shooting trousers, and shooting gloves. These are designed to eliminate most of the stress from firing a gun dozens of times and are tested for thickness and stiffness by International Shooting Sport Federation standards.
So the suit helps them stay stable and steady, basically.
Basically fatigue and shit.
Air pistol's a lot bigger though.
Yeah. It's still a really fucking small target. I mean,
I'll shoot that down.
Not at a huge distance. Small for that distance. It's not that small, but that's pretty small still. I think most people probably couldn't even hit that fucking target at all.
No,
probably not.
I mean, if you have some fucking basic fundamentals, you could fucking hit that bitch at 10 meters.
I mean, I've seen beginners never fired a pistol before go in and shoot really well, but just because they're just naturally like relaxed enough to do it. But most people I've seen go into a range and shoot, like they're shooting the fucking ceiling and the walls, dude. It's crazy. I don't even know how you do that.
Who was it that just posted a picture of it? You, right?
Me.
Yep, yeah.
Yeah.
Literally every indoor gun range going one.
5 feet in front of you in the roof had fucking.
I know.
Yeah.
You know what's like, scary?
How does that happen?
Every indoor gun range looks like that, dude. Unless it's brand new. It's fucking scary.
Yep. So, AG can probably contest to this. So guys that have experience shooting, a lot of the times will do worse on the range than some of the ones that have less experience, because when it comes to the classroom portion and fundamentals, the ones that don't have a lot of experience actually listen to the fundamentals and they actually do pretty decent.
They do decent.
It's actually scary sometimes. Like, I've seen some guys that are like, oh, I grew up fucking shoot 308s and all that shit, and they get their fucking hands on an AR. All they do is overcompensate recoil and shit.
Here's what I've noticed going out and qualing people, right, is that there are some, like you're talking about, they're paying attention, they got a little nerves because they've never done it, they're kind of new, but they focus on it a lot more as opposed to some of the kind of, I don't know what you call them, like veteran shooters, I suppose, if you want to, people who handle weapons more often. Sometimes they tend to go in there and not do as well because they're firing on something that they don't normally use. So they are holding and their sight pictures in a different spot than they're used to. So they're firing off. And most of the time what I see them shooting is either left or right too much. And it's generally because of the sight picture of the pistol they're using, whether it's an M9 Beretta or the M11 or whatever, fucking M4, right? Slightly different for those guys that practice on something else all the time. So they go in there and they have to compensate for it somewhere.
Yeah.
The new guys, that's their initial and maybe their first shots like, oh fuck. But then after that, a lot of them tend to do fairly well. Unless they're the ones that like to fucking get a stovepipe or something and then turn around with their gun in their hand like this. And I gotta tackle them,
What do I do?
Yeah. Well,
like, you're out, bitch. Get out of here.
Yeah. Whenever I say, like shooters, I'm talking about like first time in the military, shooting, like not as, because I mean, if being in the fucking military 20 years and if you've got a career field that shoots all the fucking time or whatever, they will eventually get better, so I was more or less referring to somebody that's, okay, this is like my first year or two in the fucking military.
Okay.
They tend to kind of listen. And I've actually seen some of those guys turn out to be better shooters than guys that were raised shooting guns their entire life.
Some are just naturally good at it. Like they're just
I blame all my missed shots on my snub nose.
Like I can hit my targets really well. I shoot sharpshooter every time consistently without a problem, but like I'm not fucking gonna hit the very dead center of the target every fucking time I fire the weapon. I'm not at that kind of level, especially with iron sight, a pistol, iron sight rifle. Like there's going to be a few that are outside of that center line. You know what I mean? But
sharpshooter for the Army's middle of the pack.
Yeah. Well, it's different in the Navy.
Yeah. For the
sharpshooter in the Navy is the highest one, right?
For the Army, it goes marksman, sharpshooter, expert.
Yeah. So that's how we have it too. However, the difference between sharpshooter and expert is literally like just a couple points. Like mine was 2 points under expert, basically. But it's like a range of points, right?
Yeah.
So I consistently fire at the top of sharpshooter, like within a point or two of qualling into. It's only like it's only like 5 more points on our scoring system. Yeah. So like once you hit that mark, it's only 5 more points up for perfect. Really.
I don't even remember what the Army's is.
So
all I know we have is qual and expert.
Yeah, all I know is for expert, you could only miss you couldn't miss more than 1 or 2 targets.
Yeah.
to get expert.
Well, the people that go into the military or any learning as an adult how to shoot, compared to the people that have shot all their life, is they learn the correct way. There's no bad habits they have to break or bad technique.
100%.
Sharpshooter Navy boot camp. Yeah. It happens. People do it, man. They just naturally have the eye and the. Some
and
are just good.
I grew up on rifle, like marksmanship, distance shooting. Not like a close combat type thing.
Yeah.
And I'm a little bit different when it comes to when we're doing close quarters type stuff, because a lot of people they're gonna bring in a fucking AR, a rifle style platform. I'm like, fuck no, I'm going in with a pistol. They're like, why are you going to do that? I was like, because number one, if the room is small, I'd rather have a fucking pistol instead of flagging people, right? I feel more comfortable with that. And oh, by the way, I'm better with a pistol in a CQB situation, because in my rifle days, I am more or less like, I need to take my time to shoot. It took a long time to figure out how to, natural fucking point of aim in plenty of schools.
That's like, we did some close quarter breaching type stuff, and we used mostly shotguns. We used a Mossberg 500, I think. And so you'd set up barricades. They'd have you outside of the thing doing fucking jumping jacks and push-ups, getting you winded and shit, and then they'd
stress
send you
inoculation.
through the door. Yeah, a siren in your fucking back of your head. You're like, Jesus Christ. But it's fun, it's still fun, but like, you're doing combat loads, patrol loads, you're doing all this shit with shotguns, because it's close quarters, and a shotgun. I mean, at a close quarter, your shotgun hole's it's fucking tiny anyways, but depending on what kind of load you're using. But for the most part, what we used was, if it was hitting the target, the hole was like this big.
And it 10, was one 15, hole. You couldn't really see a pattern.
Yeah. It was a lot of shot going in a fairly narrow pocket. But Jay said his brother got sharpshooter award in the Navy boot camp. Okay, so if they shot pistol, most of them got.
But went in never shooting prior.
If they just have a ribbon with nothing on it, it means they qualified. If they have a ribbon with an S, it means they're a sharpshooter. If they medal, it's a medal. So, which is expert. Or if you're wearing the ribbon, if you're just wearing your ribbons in the Navy, it's an E. So like mine has S's on both of mine. I don't have the E's. I have an opportunity to go in and get my E, but because nobody quals. but yeah, the last 2 times I've done it was just sharpshooter. Nothing to not shake a stick at, it's pretty accurate. It's just not the 2 points that I needed to get to the next one.
Jay said he wants to play the other side of those sims. He wants to play the Op4 side.
Op4. When you got to sign a fucking waiver, because they're going to throw a crash in the room. Like, you're going to get some goggles, but like it could still kill you.
When we talk about simunitions, so die marking cartridges,
have you ever been shot by a sim round, bro?
It fucking hurts so bad.
So
fucking hurts, dude.
So we trained with fucking state police SWAT here a while back.
Yeah.
And they had this one dude, this dude was lethal with a fucking pistol. I come around a corner with my pistol and I extended. He shot me 3 times in the same fucking knuckle, like back to back, and that shit was just like. I was like, I can't use my pinky. It's just so swollen. I was like, I hate you right now. Those things absolutely hurt. And then I've seen people that it gets lodged underneath their fucking skin because they move the wrong way. Because all you do is wear that little fucking mask, and then they move, and then it's stuck under their skin like the old
pull up Rebel, can you pull up a picture of a sim round, or it's called like a sim paint round? It just shoots.
It's same round,
yeah.
I don't know if the civilian Google would fucking know what a sim round is. Well,
they do.
Maybe.
It's called simunitions.
Yeah.
Here,
but like,
I got it up right now.
It's brass with fucking
like a paint tip instead of a
right. Yeah,
this is it right here.
They're fucking painful, bro.
And that shit fucking hurts.
Yeah. So this right here is. So this is an actual real Glock.
Yep.
But it's got a whole new fucking top end on it. It's got a whole new rail to be able to accept those. And what it does is where you can't put a real round in it.
So that's the same pistol.
I'm gonna take one of those the paintball next time I go.
If you go in and play an Op4 character and with the teams, they'll give you a sim pistol, a sim round with a mag of sim rounds.
Yeah,
but they'll throw a crash in the room, and really, I mean, you're fucking blind if even with the goggles, dude. Even with the goggles, you're fucking blind.
I fuck flashbangs. I absolutely fucking hate flashbangs. Like I've been hit by one before, full on.
Close your eyes.
Well, no, ours was in a 10x10 concrete fucking room.
Yeah,
and it was a 4-foot doorway, little like area that we were at, and the dude that was supposed to throw the flash was sitting there not paying attention. Right, and then he was like, "Oh, I'll throw it now," as I'm walking into the fucking room. Point man.
Yeah, that's wild.
I just shot him in the shin with a few simulations as I was walking.
Yeah, just keep it pointed at the doorway. Unless you hear something go off, just fucking keep pulling the trigger until you're going out. That's pretty much what you do if you're playing Op4.
Yeah,
that's all you can.
So basically, it's the Call of Duty method. Just when you get
you're
under flash, just keep shooting.
Just keep fucking shooting, dude. That's all you do. Yep. That's all you can do. Because you're even with like the goggles. If you get the goggles, they're like a welding goggle almost to help like alleviate that fucking burn in your eyes. You can't get away from the pressure of it, like the shock pressure of it, which will throw you off. But
wear earplugs.
Yeah, you have to wear the earplugs. They give you little goggles and 9mm with some sim rounds in it. You just point it at the door and just wait.
Hey, open your mouth when the flashbang goes off.
Yeah, blow your fucking eardrums out.
Yeah. If you have your mouth closed, you will.
Yeah, they're fun stuff. So I would say, Jay, I'm going to go back to what you said. You got booted out of the Navy, assuming for drugs. Later on, went to training for SEAL retrieval sector. Not sure what that is.
SEAL retrieval sector.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're using the wrong terminology of what it is they were doing, perhaps. But that's not a. Oh, you don't remember the actual name? Okay. So, combat search and rescue, maybe those aren't SEALs, though.
Probably.
Those aren't SEALs, though. They're not special boat teams or EODs. I mean, that's like that. They're like just part of it.
Yeah, the Air Force has pararescue riggers.
Yeah,
and all they do is rig parachutes.
Well, we had one. The guys that I met from the Air Force, they were with 353rd SOG.
Yep.
Those guys were pararescue guys, but they're like operators. They're fucking operators. Like there's.
Yep.
You can't tell the difference between them and like a frog. Or a MARSOC.
No.
You can't tell except for the uniform. That's it.
Well, but I mean, a lot of the tier 1 teams are not just Navy.
Yeah,
they've got every branch is in there. It's because everybody has their own specialty.
So we worked with ODA. We worked with the teams. We worked with the Raiders, the MARSOC Raiders, the pararescue fucking Air Force dudes.
I'm sure you've worked with CC. Well, no, you're not on the heavy side, so you probably never worked with the CCT guys.
Well, depending on what they were. If they were embedded or not. So like depends on what you're doing. Whatever deployment you're on. Like it depended on what the flavor of those people would be. Like most of the time it was like probably mostly teams, MARSOC and SEALs embedded together in a platoon, or like a platoon of SEALs and a platoon of MARSOC together, and they'd have like their own little special name of what they were. And there'd usually be like an Air Force dude, and most of the time they just played JTAC. That's pretty much it. And they were usually pararescue guys. qualified JTAC.
So JTAC, well, now most of the Air Force operator kids, so you got your TAC-P, your CCT, and your, actually, some the pararescue guys are, but most of the time, a CCT and a TAC-P guy are your JTAC guys. But the specialty JTAC is TAC-P, and they're attached with the Army.
Yes, we would just have like one or two guys from the Air Force generally come in, and a lot of times they would be part of like FARPs, or FARP is a forward area refueling point.
Yep.
It's just basically a C-130 that's got a big old fucking fuel bladder in it, and you land there and gas up and go anywhere in the world. But those guys would like control that, and like also close air support, shit like that.
Those are probably CCT guys then, because they're air traffic controllers.
They are controllers, yeah.
The thing that is fueling, wouldn't that be a FART then? Forward airborne refueling target?
Not target, point.
It's
forward area refilling point. That's what it's a FARP, is what we call it. Dive team. Now he's a whole different diver. So he was a Navy diver. They don't do anything with.
They do like underwater welding and shit.
Yeah, they do that. They do rescue if needed, but for the most of the time they're just doing work underwater, which is extremely fucking dangerous. But welding, they do machine work, repairs. They can rescue people even. I mean, they're by no means fucking like, you know, paper pushers or nothing. They're fucking badasses, but they don't do like
they're not
SEAL
on the
retrievers.
team level.
They do. Divers do work with SEALs at times, but you know, he was probably high when he told us. Here's what I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess he went to boot camp, did Bud's pre-training, which all you got to do is say you want to be a SEAL, and you go to Bud's pre-training. You just get extra fucking cool, extra cool PT like exercise, which is a lot harder and more challenging, but that's pretty much it. You still had to go and apply after the fact,
or qualify for it.
Yeah, they do like a pre-qual of like, they think you're going to be okay to do the physical portion. And most people are like, yeah, you're good, even though you're fucking not even close. Most people are not even close.
Well,
so
they got to keep the washout rate high, man.
So Army.
You know.
Army has selection.
Mm-hmm.
They call it selection.
Yep. I think every branch has got a selection process that they got to go through. Hey, ours is like NDOC.
Ours is selection by attrition. Basically, you can go, but you're probably not going to make it through for the most part. Mm-hmm. Most people.
Yeah. Yeah. We now have a separate boot camp for all of the soft guys.
Yeah.
And then they all go to the same NDOC. And that's where they get the shit beat the fuck out. Not literally beat the fuck out of them, but psychologically and fucking physically draining tasks that they have to do. And if they can't make it through that, then they get fucking washed out and hit through.
A lot of people can't even get through SEER school, which is like, what? But he went to class in Florida. Probably wasn't a SEAL or training to be a SEAL.
They're in Cali, aren't they? For their like Buzz is in Cali, ain't it?
Yeah, Buzz is in Cali, but then there's some units in Virginia and California. Those are the main two places where you'll find them at, depending on the team.
Well, but the actual like
of.
Buzz
is in San Diego, Coronado Island.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
That's what I thought.
11 years ago. Yeah. Well, I mean,
God, they've had it.
No, you ain't gotta be. You know what I mean? Just be like, hey, man, like you went in the Navy and you served a couple of years. Like that's honorable in itself. You know what I mean? You don't have to. You don't have to fucking bloviate your career for anything. You know what I mean? Like I don't.
Oh, like
I didn't go to the SEALs. I didn't do Navy divers. You know what I mean? I got to work with all those dudes for quite a long time, which is really badass and fun. But
so would that be considered stolen valor?
Yeah.
If you exaggerate your
if you embellish your military record,
Yeah.
yes. In fact, it's a punishable, I think, under the UCMJ for us, isn't it?
Yes.
Embellishment or wearing awards that you did not earn.
I was actually with a guy at our schoolhouse that claimed to have a fucking Purple Heart and went to jail for it.
I've seen guys wear cars, and I'm like, you've been in the Navy for like 3 fucking years. Why are you wearing a combat action ribbon? You ask him like this. This is what I ask him. So you got a combat action? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, okay. So you were fired at, and then you return fire. That's the criteria for us. In a combat zone, you were fired at, you return fire, you get a combat action ribbon or medal or whatever the service branch is that awards it. Like, yeah. I'm like, okay, so tell me where you been again. I'm like, oh, they were in boot camp, Florida for school, another school like Virginia, and then like on a ship. I'm like, okay, well, there hasn't been any ships recently that awarded that.
Did a bird try to shit on you and you shoot them?
If a ship gets fired on in the Navy and then the ship fires back and they're engaged in combat, and those people will generally and likely get a combat action ribbon because of it. Because we're a little different in the Navy. We go from afar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're still getting shot at. It's just a little different because the munitions are pretty big. So,
yeah. I got my CAB first week in country, so.
Not surprised with your job, bro. Jesus. Yeah.
See, and that's the thing. Like for us, because of the criteria, we didn't even get ours.
For us, it's called a cab.
It's a cab, yeah. Combat action badge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And ours is a CAM, combat action medal.
Ours is a ribbon. It's just a combat action ribbon car.
I got mine like first couple weeks actually in country where after we had already like settled down and we were actually doing patrols and missions for
you did all the changeover. Yeah.
And most people like, you know, they go in country and the whatever forward operating base they're at might get mortared or some shit, but it doesn't actually qualify. A lot of people think it does, but it doesn't. For the Navy anyways, it does not.
The only thing you can get from that is if you actually got hit by shrapnel or something happened. Yeah. Then you get a Purple Heart.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. You'll get a Purple Heart.
You get a Purple Heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in Iraq, a lot of guys get blown up by fucking IEDs or whatever. And then some of those I think are a little fudged, but
like I got blown up my first deployment in Iraq and I have like pictures of it and didn't even get a Purple Heart.
But that's probably because you scraped it on the inside of a vehicle or something. It wasn't like an actual like shrapnel thing, you know?
Yeah. No, we all had concussions and that was it.
Well, yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like it very quickly swaps from a combat action to a Purple Heart. Depending on how it is. Like if you're just blown up with a concussion, you don't get it.
Well, combat action badge at the time now, like towards later on, it was pretty fucking easy to get a combat action badge. It was stupid easy. Everybody like you had fucking office workers getting. It's like, bitch, you didn't do anything.
Go out on a patrol, get shot at. The guys that are there handling weapons shoot back. Then boom, they get it.
But they get it because they were in a vehicle.
Or the finance troops that get Bronze Stars.
So those that's a weird one too. Those guys that haven't really done much of anything. It's a award level. That's what they
on how you write it.
It's a rank and award level. Yeah. In combat zone, and they write it a certain way. But
my favorite is you got like officers or E6s and stuff getting Bronze Stars just because they're a lieutenant or a E6.
Yeah.
Didn't do shit. Didn't do a fucking thing.
Yeah. Here's the difference.
But get a Bronze Star.
The difference between a Bronze Star that means something and one that doesn't is a V.
A V. Yep.
The rest of them are just fucking trash. They just throw them in the trash. They don't mean shit. Unless it has a V on it, it doesn't mean shit.
Yeah, with Valor.
Yeah, Bronze Star with a V device. For
that's how you know.
That means there was some actual shit that went down.
Yeah. That's how you know it wasn't just an administrative type of award based on rank or where they did their work.
It got so bad. I think the last like 4 years I was in, 3 or 4 years, I quit even updating my ribbons. I stopped. I was just like, why? It's pointless now because you're getting trash cans over here getting the same shit that I'm getting for doing nothing.
Yeah.
The only one I really care about that I worked hard for was the Air Force Award ribbon. That's it. Mm-hmm. Just to make it to a department level award. That's the only one. Other than that, it's like, oh, I get one for good conduct every fucking 2 years I'm in, or 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, you get
that type of shit.
That's
and then
just
it's like,
the good conduct medal, and then like in the Army, you had the AAMs, the Army Achievement Medals.
Yeah.
The one that actually mattered somewhat is the ARCOM, the Army.
Yep.
Yeah.
The COM. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but see now, so Air Force wise, right? The COM or whatever, like
Army Accommodation.
But like for the Air Force accommodation, right? It's a rank thing.
Most
because because when I was I was still in E4 when I was deployed, and all the shit that I did over there, they were like, oh yeah, we're gonna put you in for a comm, and I was like, all right, cool, and it got denied because I was not an E5, but I was operating as an E6.
That's usually what happens with a lot.
And so I'm just sitting there, and then the E7 upgraded his shit to a fucking MSM instead of a comm, and took all the credit for what I did. I was like, come on, bro.
I have not seen an in the Navy. I have not seen an E7 with an MSM. Not one.
Well, for us, MSMs or whatever, that's like an E7 thing. Even when you just PCS. So
that's
you
crazy,
did good
dude.
MSM is the standard.
For us, if you're E7 and you're high ranked out with your peers, it's a Navy Commendation Medal. But you got to be high ranked out, fully qualified, done everything two times around, and you're ranked out higher among your peers for a comm. Yeah. For me,
but in the Air Force, we just give shit away. So
yeah, for me, because I'm a 101, if I do a full tour successfully. And successfully is kind of a relative term, but successfully as in like I hit the goals that I need to hit, then I'll likely leave with a MSM because of my pay grade. Most of this, because there's a pay grade association with a lot of those awards, but it'll never be higher than that.
I've seen an E7 retire and get an MSM.
That's crazy to me, dude.
Retiring.
Was there like a fucking war hero?
Like 24 years in, 25 years in, got an MSM. And he was legit a good soldier, good E7.
I could say, I would say, if they earned it, it's very rare I've ever seen that. But like I see captains in the Navy, which is our 06. They'll retire generally if they're leading an entire air wing with like a Legion of Merit. For the most part, that'll be their end of tour, end of career type of thing. Or for like a 9, like me, that's an MSM is pretty much the standard for that, unless you're a shitbag. And you didn't do a full tour, like you did a short tour or something, like a 1 or 2 year tour. They can't really justify it if you did a short tour. So. But
the Army don't have short tours.
Yeah, well, I mean, short tours and you didn't have to change locations. Yeah. It's 3 years basically on average.
The Army doesn't have short tours.
What does that mean?
Honestly, like if you're talking about changing locations, yeah, no. And like in the Army, you pretty much have to re-enlist to fucking move.
Yeah,
or you're just staying.
Yeah, I wouldn't. If it's a good spot, I wouldn't mind, But
fucking Fort Polk, Louisiana.
Yeah, I like where I'm at now. I don't want to move, and I'll retire if they try to make me move. So
that's what I'm saying. I had to re-enlist to leave Fort Hood to go to Fort Bliss just to get the hell out of Fort Hood. Just go somewhere different. The only thing they had open was Fort Bliss.
Yeah,
for E4 at the time.
And you're like, why did I do this?
No, it was better.
Yeah, I'm thoroughly
Bliss was better than Hood.
Happy where I am. So
You know how
base wise
pilots they'll have kill markers on the side of their planes and shit. Have you seen some of the weird ones? Like this one right here. Hold on, it's got a cow on the side because he's got a confirmed kill on a cow. I've seen one earlier that I saw had camels. They had like 6 camels.
I want to know in that how much the government paid for that cow.
Oh God. You know how much they pay for a fucking barn that gets blown over by a helicopter rotor wash?
Right?
A lot. Say that.
I just want to know how much that one cow is worth. Because you got to think about exchange rate too, y'all.
My thing is damn well that pilot didn't put that cow on there.
Oh hell no! It was a maintenance guy. It was a crew chief. It was a crew chief.
Absolutely.
So
the crew chief was like, "Oh, you killed a cow. Time to put a cow on there."
Yeah,
facts.
But you know what's crazy is guess what? The Air Force or Navy? Who was that? A Navy plane?
That was an A-10. That was an A-10.
Was it A-10? Paid probably about $40,000 for that cow. Possibly $50,000 for that.
Yeah, probably
one cow.
That's about right.
So I can tell you this: in Italy, if you go to Italy, they have a lot of olives, goats, stuff like that, right? Mm-hmm. If you kill a goat or a sheep or an olive tree, you'll pay for that plus all of its potential descendants.
Exactly. Yep. That's why that cow costs about $50,000.
You will be fined and have to pay for that one thing plus all the fucking babies it could have made, all the money that olive tree could have made. Like you're gonna basically be broke
in the army. Yeah,
beyond broke.
This one's got a shit ton of camels.
A lot of places are like that, though.
Yeah, and the army was the same way. So like Fort Hood, Fort Bliss is the same, but there's a lot of that property is leased from private owners, and there's freaking just wild livestock out there just roaming around. It's open ranges, and you kill one of those cows, the army's paying for it, or the Air Force or whoever.
So $50,000 is 64 million Iraqi.
Oh, go back up right there, black jet on the left. You see that Playboy Bunny F-14? I painted that on the tail of that jet. I painted that. Just fun fact. It was an upside down vampire bat with stars. And then they got permission to paint the Playboy Bunny back on the tail. And I actually painted that bunny back on the tail. Back in 2000.
How much did the Department of Navy pay for that trademark violation infringement?
You get permission. Just like my old command has permission to use Darth Vader's head on their jet.
But also, it's not...
I still have that coin. I'm proud of that one. I like that one.
There's a letter we have.
And to be honest, it's not a trademark infringement because there's no eye in the bunny.
There is.
The eye is on there. I can see it.
There's an eye. Yeah. I made the stencil, dude. There's an eye. I promise you.
Okay.
So, fun fact is I was, so that's his VX-9. That aircraft actually was part of VX-30 in Point Mugu. That was my first duty station ever. And I was a painter for a number of years in that squadron. And I painted that jet plus, not the whole jet, obviously, where it needed it, plus markings and stuff. So it was a upside down vampire bat, which he showed before. That was the VX-9's logo. And then we were able to get it changed back to the bunny.
No.
You had it. It was there, but so it was a bat. That one right there. So I had to take that off and put the bunny back on the tail.
Nice.
It was pretty cool. It's just a letter from the owner of the company. So in that case, what it was
all Hugh
letter saying, yep, the Navy can use it. And then the same with VAQ 209, the Star Warriors. They have permission. They have a letter from George Lucas to be able to use, or Lucasfilms, to be able to use Darth Vader's head and logo on stuff, which is fucking dope.
Can I just throw something out there? I like F-14 is hands down my favorite fucking plane.
I used to work on them, dude. I loved it.
I fucking love that plane. 100% love that plane.
I'm dating myself, I know, but yes, because I worked on them from 1998 to 2002.
How do you know it's the exact same jet? There's two right here with the bunnies on it.
So that is the old Vandy one, and the Tomcat is the new Vandy. That one on the bottom's an F-42 Phantom. That's the old version. The new one is the Tomcat, and now it's an F-18.
But you can identify them by the numbers on it too.
Yep. The Bureau, bureau number.
Yeah.
But they're just two different types, two different aircraft. Super famous aircraft, that one. It's actually painted gray and it's on a stick somewhere on the East Coast now. Without the logo.
Oh, that one?
The Playboy Bunny Vandy one.
Oh, okay.
What's that?
I can't really tell. Grim Reapers, maybe? I can't really tell. All squadrons in the Navy, I think Air Force too, they probably have
Names,
like a name, a call sign, logo, something like that. So
no.
Yeah, fun fact, I got to paint that on there. I have a lithograph with that jet on it too, which is pretty cool. And then look up VAQ 209 Vader 1.
So hold on, there was one up here with a Transformer.
Yeah, the Decepticon. Marker. Yeah, the Decepticons.
Supposedly it was like a Canadian.
Oh, I don't know.
Shot down a Canadian aircraft or some shit. Kill marker Decepticon.
AC-130.
Oh, that might have just. Yeah.
Oh, that's a movie from the movie. Oh, that makes sense now. Transformers movie, sure. Yeah,
I don't know. I think it's an actual kill marker. It's just saying that this is the logo is from the 2007 film. I don't know.
That's from
that was probably one of the planes whenever they were filming.
Yeah, they probably painted it on the plane for the film. Okay. They said, "Hey, can you do this for us?" Yeah. And they'll be like, "Hell yeah!"
What do you want me to look up?
I got it. I already got it up.
Okay. Watch. So yeah, that's the logo, the old school logo. But there's a jet,
and then that's
the new patch, one of the newer patches. So the jet is right there. Yeah.
I like that samurai one. Samurai
that's
Darth
our Japan debt deployments.
Trying to find a good fucking.
That's the one where we were there with you, Tuna.
Yep.
The samurai one, the 2020 deployment.
Yeah, this one. Oh, the Paycom one.
Mm-hmm.
No, I was talking about underneath the image.
So that's the old aircraft, but that's the image that's on the tail of the jet.
I'm trying to find just a good picture of one.
Yeah.
Like they're all tiny.
Yeah. That's a Growler, so electronic attack aircraft.
Oh, this is a good one. This was a good one.
You can see Vader on the tail.
There it is.
Yeah. All the Space Force planes should have the Darth Vader from Spaceballs.
That's during, I think, our base open house type thing where the public can come on and look at stuff and like that.
Oh, that's where you're at now, local?
Yeah, these guys are on the base I'm at right now.
Oh, okay.
I actually came from two units ago. I was in that squadron, so 2020 when I was there.
Yo, send me this patch, bro. I know you got a couple.
I might.
Yeah, you said, hey, dude,
Jay has a question for you.
This is sentimental, okay?
I know.
This is sentimental.
It is kind of.
Chat, type one in the chat if he should send me one of those patches, because that's where we met.
Yeah.
Jay has a question for you, Skeptile.
What's up?
Can you paint me like one of your French girls?
Yes. Take your clothes off and I'll paint you.
Look, Jay already said it. You got to send it to me now.
All right. I'll see if I can dig one up. I got some old Firehawks patches too, if you like those, but they're pretty cool.
I'm good. Dude, the one where we met, that's like the.
I gave you a coin. Didn't I give you a coin?
Yeah, I do have one of those. Yeah.
Yeah. my Chief coin. I have a new one now. It's fucking dope. You got the green one, right? I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I got the green one.
I have the one now where it's the Death Star on the backside. And the front side it says leading the galaxy since 1893 on it. It's fucking sick.
All right, I'm about to send you $15 for shipping. All right.
I have the patches for both of the space shuttles that it blew up.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Hold on. They're right here.
Like actual from the year? Or like later on from Etsy?
He doesn't have his headphones in.
Oh.
I'm gonna send you a picture of my headboard in my truck. I keep patches. That's where I keep all my patches in my truck. I've got a few I'll send to you. I got a couple of badass ones from a couple of units I've been at. And if you're lucky, I might send you the one from that I designed when I was in Japan.
I have some that I only have one of because we got limited of them. Like my helicopter sea combat deployment stuff. Like I can't give those up because I only have one. But
yeah,
I have some other ones.
Few that have multiples.
I don't know which one's which. I think this is the 1986.
Is it from 1986?
No, they're the newer ones. They're from Space Center.
Oh, okay.
But the first one was like a day before my birthday, something like that. My first birthday.
Dude, I
had to get that.
The Challenger
the second
explode
one,
on TV in school.
The second one, it exploded over East Texas and scattered debris all over where our cabin is.
That's crazy, dude. I remember watching that happen live on TV in school. Like we brought the little wheelie cart with the TV on it and fucking they hooked it up and we were watching it live.
So you got to watch that and probably 9/11 too, huh?
Yeah, I was actually in the Navy when that happened.
Oh,
that was fucking crazy. I came into work
in school. I was in school for the 9/11, but not the other one.
I came to work and they said the base is fucking locked down, and yeah, shit was crazy for a while after that. But I
was in gym when I found out 9/11 happened. So we didn't get to watch it because we were in the gymnasium.
I was standing. It was first thing in the morning. I had just gotten to work. I was standing in our snack area eating a fucking donut. And I looked up at the TV and saw a fucking plane hit the tower. And then we're like, what the fuck?
It was at home.
A bunch of people started gathering up around it. And we're like, what the fuck is going on? Next thing you know, the big giant voice comes out, locking the base down. That was pretty wild.
Stupid.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was fucking a wild time, man. I've seen a lot of shit like that. Being born in the years of born, you know. Challenger explosion in class, fucking 9/11.
Trump's attempted assassination.
Bro, yeah. It's crazy, dude. Here. You'll like this. You'll like this picture. Hold on.
Send it in the group chat and I'll pull it up.
All right. Oh, okay. Oh. Hold on. Okay, maybe go back. I'll send it in the group chat and then you guys will like it. It's pretty cool.
Here's the one that you just sent.
Well, I'm going to redo it. Hold on.
Okay.
So everybody can actually see it. I'm going to turn it.
What are we doing?
It's in the group chat.
Oh.
He's pulling
I got you.
Oh shit, it disappeared.
Yeah, it disappeared really quickly.
The last one was fake. I don't know, bro. How do I send Twitter? Yeah. There you go. Oh yeah. Why is there Donald Duck on that?
Because the guy that designed it, his name was Donald. And he asked, he's like, "Can I put Donald on it?" We're like, "Fuck yes."
That's kind
so
of
the one that I was talking about is the one in the middle, because that was the flight that I was on. That was our name, was Chaos.
Oh, okay.
So, and then the one on the left, that was the section that I was in. We did section patches.
We do.
So.
We call them like debts. I imagine it's similar, right? Like separate.
I was in the same unit, but
yeah, same unit, just separate groups.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and then the one on the right, that was just our like morale Friday patch.
Okay, I got you.
But you got to wear it?
Yeah, we got to wear it on Fridays.
Oh. Yeah, that would never happen in the Army. Ever. That's a big fucking no-no.
Really?
Oh, you would get destroyed if you wore that.
Like a special patch?
Most of it.
Yeah.
We'll see.
You get to wear your unit patch, and you get to wear your deployment patch.
Yep.
And your deployment patch is usually whatever unit you were deployed. Oh. So, say I'm in 1st Cav, you wear your 1st Cav patch. Yeah. If you deployed with 1st Cav, you wear a 1st Cav patch.
Yeah.
That is it.
We couldn't wear those on our uniforms.
Badges, no nothing.
Yeah, we could wear those on like a bag. You could throw it on your backpack as long as it wasn't on your shoulder or something. But
yeah, you could put it on like your backpack or something. You could put anything on your backpack, but not like if you were on an actual, like say,
you don't put it on your uniform.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, these are all Friday patches that we have.
I'll be right back.
The leather ones.
Yeah, there's no Friday patch in the
Hold on. In my stream, I'm gonna stop streaming. Okay, never mind.
He just left.
But yeah, oh my gosh, you would get destroyed.
Nope, it is authorized for us.
Yeah, so like I was in 1st Cav and then 1st Armor, so whichever unit you're in, you wear that division patch.
No.
Period. And then I could wear 4 different combat patches.
Yeah. Yeah, so for us, we've got our unit patch, our major command patch, and then so like SF or whatever, we have our own distinct identifier on that. So
yeah, the identifier patches too are fucking insane. I see it all the time where I work. Like every different type of shop has a different one. Like you're like
I don't
I don't know. Go ahead, because
I don't agree with a lot of those, right? Because like it gives away what your job is.
Exactly.
Like,
that's what I was
if you're out and about, and you have one that says ICBM on it.
Cyber.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like it's giving away exactly what you do. Like they were meant to be first responders, for an identifier. And so, because they all, how most of them, except now, you got medical, fire, and SF are all black borders now. That's what they did to identify, because everybody now has a fucking patch.
Yeah, everybody.
And
I'm like,
and I don't agree with it. Like I absolutely do not. Yeah, I wish they would have left.
See a lot of cyber patches. A lot of them.
Yeah, well, I wish they would have left ours alone and still allowed us to wear the fucking IR patches. It's the gray with the black fucking letters.
I know what the IR is.
Yeah, so with those, just for all SF right there. Because that identifies right there, because medical had them whenever I was deployed too. It's just it had the fucking red cross on it.
Yeah, the identifier, like all those patches annoy the fuck out of me when I see
them. We've had lengthy conversations because
let's go ahead and announce I work in the cyber field. Which automatically means I have a TS and everything else. Let me just announce that out there to the world.
Yeah.
Like it drives me insane. You see them walking around wearing their uniform on the bus. Like I've seen them at Walmart.
Oh, my favorite are the ones that wear their fucking access badge on a lanyard.
On a lanyard?
Base.
Yeah. Off base.
Why are you doing that? I really tell them, like, hey, you need to fucking put that away. Stupid asses.
But yeah, we're talking about like the identifier patches. Air Force, for some reason, every different type of job has a patch that identifies what they are. Like, you see a lot of cyber patches and a lot different patches. And it's like, I don't know. It just drives me insane. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, the biggest one is the big missile ones. The big missile guys
the big missile.
that wear those, and it's like that's the dumbest shit you could fucking do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So now they know where you work.
Yes. Like
the drone ones. The drone ones. You see the guys wearing the drone patches. I'm like,
yeah.
Are you dumb?
Are you still trying to figure out how to put a picture in?
Yes, dude. I can't. It won't go there.
Go to fucking Twitter and hit your fucking photos.
I am right now.
And then hit send. Or text it to me and I'll send it.
I'm trying to find it.
But yeah, the certain patch, it just drives me insane. One, because it's just dumb to me. Like, why do you need an identifier patch for every different fucking job? Unless you're a specialty job, like a combat or anything like that, a certain specialty job, like security forces, like certain jobs that are special identifier job, cases. But you don't need to. You don't need to.
In the Air Force, so in the Air Force, I think all the Spec Ops guys don't need one. You don't need to be identified as that.
You don't need to be.
But guess what? They also don't fucking wear them. 100%, they do not wear them. I'll tell you that right now. But like for me, it's mandatory. I have to wear the patch because
as a cop, you have to identify.
Yeah,
yourself.
Cops, fire, and medical. Like those are the three. Like it is a requirement.
First responders. Let's say first responders.
Yeah, first responders have to do that.
Should wear one. Yes,
that makes sense. I mean, you guys wear a shield badge, right? I mean, that's
drone and cyber. Like the cybersecurity of cyber personnel, they shouldn't probably be wearing an identifier patch.
No.
Oh, so you fly drones? That's cool.
My favorite is the drone pilots you get to wear a flight suit. They wear flight suits. That's my favorite. Like, why the fuck are you wearing a flight suit? You sit in a fucking chair at a computer. You don't need to wear a flight suit.
I'm going to give you a fun fact, right, about drone pilots in the Air Force. They are actual pilots. They go through all of pilot training.
I get that. That is fine. I have no problems with that.
They are
but
qualified.
You do not need to wear a fucking Nomex flight suit sitting in a computer chair working a computer. Why?
I mean, he kind of has a point.
You don't need to wear that. It's fucking stupid.
There you go.
There's no point. You're not catching on fire or getting in a plane crash behind your computer.
Can we talk about how that I did not know that was Skep at first until I had to relook at it.
You did?
I had to double take.
No, I had to do a double take.
The fact that he's barely taller than a Jawa.
That's behind me, bro.
Okay, but Skep, we both got the short end of the stick. You're just a little bit shorter, okay?
Look, that's the 501st. Those are all like official fucking LARPers for Star Wars and shit, bro.
Yeah, see, look, and there's the tail.
Yeah, there's the tail right there. Boom. They came and visited one day.
The guy wearing the Darth Vader outfit's probably about 6'1", 6'2".
Yeah, he's pretty tall.
Yeah.
So his helmet makes him taller too.
And it kind of hurts you a little bit.
Yeah, I was about to say, Skep, what are you, 5'5", 5'6"?
I'm 5'6", probably right there, 5'8".
Well, with the boots.
Yeah, well, boots, and I didn't have a compressed spine.
Probably right there, 5'8". I guess skip 2 inches.
that was back then.
Those boots do make you taller. I will tell you that. Right?
Yeah, that was back then. I was a little bit taller. As you age, you shrank a little bit. So I'm 5'6" now, but with boots on, and that was
6'1" is not normal, Jay. 6'1's actually on the taller spectrum.
You know how tall I am, bro. I was 5 to you.
Is the average?
5'10" is average, or something like that, right?
It's 5'8".
5'8" and
5'8", yeah.
5'8" is average.
I want to point out that jacket is fucking phenomenal, and then with the pop collar,
5'9" is the average.
So 5'9" is the average height. That is more average.
Go back to it. You want to see something?
Yeah,
cool?
it might be normal for you. So fuck off.
Go back to the photo and then zoom. Let's zoom in on my shoulder patches right there. So if you can zoom in real tight on that and see.
It's not letting me zoom in.
Oh,
here, hold on, I'll get you.
Yeah, hold on. I'll
open it back up.
All
right. Yes.
There, I got it.
Huh. Those are unofficial. That's flight line gear you don't wear outside the fence.
Yeah.
You see what that is?
Oh, you got the oh wow. You just did that to everybody, bro.
It says gotcha on it.
Wow.
Fucking gotcha.
It's one
I like the Abercrombie and Fitch logo on the plane as well.
Where's that?
The AF.
The AF.
Oh, no, that's location. It tells you where it's at.
Yeah.
Yeah, see that's one game I didn't play.
It's still funny.
If you did that to me, I would look at you and be like, "You're a moron."
Oh, dude,
I was that guy who was like, "No."
Look,
dude, I decked one of our fucking E7s the other day because he just happened to be in the hallway. I got him.
Being tall just means you're less evolved. That's all. You don't need to be tall. That's why we have step stools and ladders.
You're not punching me because you punch me, you're getting punched back in the face.
The worst game though that we played in high school, and it was doorknob. If you fart, you have to go touch somebody else's doorknob and then beat your ass until you have to go touch a doorknob. That's the dumbest one.
Or a slug
Let
bug.
me fart in peace.
Slug bug, doorknob was one of the worst ones. Yep.
We played.
I have no idea what doorknob is.
We played slug bug, but we called it beaver, and we also played a game called cockeye, double cockeye. And that's if you see a car with its headlight out, that's cockeye. If they don't have the lights on, it's double cockeye.
Padiddle.
Oh, I know what that. Yeah.
That was the one headlight. Padiddle.
Padiddle. That sounds really familiar. I don't know why. Maybe that's what it was called.
Because it was called.
Oh my god.
Where you're at.
Can we shift back to the Olympics just because I just saw this as I'm pulling stuff out?
Which one is it? Is it the boxing thing or is it the speed
No,
walking?
it's the turkey shooter.
Oh yeah. Yeah. John Wick of Turkey.
Just read it.
Oh Jesus Christ. If something ever happens to that cat, we're about to get 4 movies out of this guy. Exactly. They steal his car? Fuck. His cat and his car? Like, yeah.
My thing is he's...
It's a good fucking meme, dude.
That guy is one of the best ones. A fucking hitman. He has to be a Turkish hitman.
I don't think so.
He's too cold, bro.
I don't know. All I know is...
I'm going to see if I can find the other
I give that guy props. He came in, did his thing. Doesn't have to have 20 pounds of eye gear on his fucking face.
Isn't the swimmer
Doesn't
chick...
have to have special fucking outfit.
Wait.
Wearing fucking foam earplugs.
There's a swimmer chick that's a dude? Is that what you're saying? Jay?
I mean, he might look like a dude.
Okay, the boxing thing. All right.
Yeah, in a t-shirt and khakis. Like, fuck.
Everybody's talking about it like we didn't send... damn it, what's her name now?
Leah Thomas.
No, the chick from that got brought back from Russia.
Oh, Brittany Griner.
Yeah, act like we didn't send Brittany Griner to the Olympics too. You know what I mean?
Guys, just who fucking cares? Like, don't get your panties in a wad about it. Who fucking cares?
Well, you know what I thought was hilarious about that? Like, if you want to talking about like the trans stuff or whatever, that boxing match. What was it? Italy and Algeria?
Yes.
Yeah. Or whatever. And it went so viral and it took you 30 seconds to like do some fucking research to realize like, okay, is it one of those things where should it have happened or whatever, just based on, you know, it's that rare genetic. I forget what the fucking name of it is.
It's a DSD.
Like,
it's a genetic dissociative
something like
disorder or something where they have partial.
She does have
partial
chromosomes, extra testosterone, all that stuff, and that's why
born with female parts.
Has gonads inside the body that never fully develop. Like it's truly intersex, is what it is. Like fucking relax.
And
let them be whoever the fuck they are. You know.
Yeah, and the international boxing is, you know, is like, nope, can't compete, and that's what everybody lost their fucking mind about.
Yeah,
but it's like, go and look up with the Olympics between you know, the different standards when it comes to like international boxing, what the Olympics allows, and all that type of stuff.
Well,
but it's the thing is, be like, what the fuck? Now, morally, I like, all right, if you got extra stuff, you know, when it comes to like, like
you're basically juicing, I think. Honestly.
Exactly.
You're basically a man, though. By that point, when it comes to your body development and everything else, you're more like a man.
Well, here's the thing: is
muscular wise and body wise, strength wise, stuff like that. You're more like a man.
Yeah, you're using steroids. If you're a woman and you have extra testosterone, you're basically using fucking steroids.
Same
shit. Well, but I mean,
there was a track runner that couldn't compete because she had higher testosterone, natural testosterone levels at track, but they're allowing a boxer to compete where they can do physical and permanent damage to somebody else.
I saw something that said that they were under some sort of medicine perhaps, or some sort of treatment that actually lowers the testosterone levels so they can compete.
Okay, that was my only gripe was the fact that like one couldn't compete for track, but one could for boxing. That doesn't make sense.
Well, but also at the end of the day, though, like here's the deal: we're never gonna know full stories about that stuff because it's not gonna be fucking come out and brought to light. Like because all it is a bunch of fucking keyboard warriors that are trying to push a fucking agenda, which we've talked about in the past when it comes to media.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, whatever your thought process is on it, like, there was a decision made, and you have to respect the decision, whether you like it or not.
Exactly. And the other piece, too, is, like, look, all these dudes that are keyboard warriors about that whole thing, like, oh, XY, blah, 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 right? They're like, oh, it's a man, XY chromosome. Like, okay, well, medically, you're not a doctor, for one, and if you could do a little bit of reading, you might understand that there is a such thing as intersex, where there's a bit of a mutation or conundrum that happens at birth to some babies that are born with portions of either genitalia fully developed or not, mostly not fully developed, right?
Yes.
So they have higher testosterone. If they're female, they have higher testosterone. They may have balls, but they never drop. They're inside. They're not fully developed. They have female parts. You know what I mean? But all these fucking people are like, that's a man. I'm like, oh, you know this because you saw their dick? Like, is that, you know what I mean? You saw their dick and balls that you can judge that? Like, nah, dude. Let them, that's their personal shit. Like, they've been cleared by medical, so.
Yeah, it's like a double-edged sword right there for me, too, because on one hand, you're a female. You know, you are. But on the other hand, it's like your body wise and strength wise and everything else is not anymore. It's more like a man.
Yeah.
So now you're man strength, man muscles, man, you know,
bone density.
Everything fighting a woman, which is it's just rough. It's like a double-edged sword. It's hard.
Yeah.
I would consider that a woman who's on who's been using steroids.
But I mean, when a female is going through a transition, what do they give them?
Testosterone.
Testosterone is steroids.
Yeah, so like I can see some of the, super far on either side of the spectrum when you're talking politics that are going to be upset about it. But here's the deal. What did the Olympic Committee go through to say, yep, this person's good to go? Yeah, I guarantee you we'll never know.
They go through drug testing. They go through medical fit testing, fitness, like physicals. Like they go through these things. It's not a secret that they have to do that. But like people,
that's why they failed her from boxing and like the international IBC stuff, because her testosterone was extremely elevated and she had XY chromosomes.
Yeah.
Okay. So obviously, but it's hard. It's a double-edged sword there.
That created a narrative for people to get pissed off about, and that's why it went viral.
I did say it's hard.
Well, think of it this way, right? So let's say you have the same situation, right? You have a woman who has XY chromosomes, right? Born a woman, raised a woman, has XY chromosomes, high level of testosterone. You have the same thing, but you have, doctor created genitalia because you actually were born a man. How are you starting? Where's the difference in there? You know what I mean? You have a created like vagina, right? Or you were born with one. But you have XY chromosomes and you have high testosterone or higher than normal testosterone. I
would say
I think when someone dies, that's probably where the line might be.
Level.
It might be.
Which is sad.
It is sad, and it might actually end up having to come to that before they finally realize, oh shit, maybe we shouldn't have these particular people punching these women in the face, crushing their fucking orbital socket,
I think that's humans usually draw the line, and sometimes they never draw the line at death. Sometimes it's far beyond that. Like we're not going to draw the line until it's genocide. Fuck,
I draw the line.
It's one time,
In my opinion, if they want to compete in boxing, basketball, track, something that isn't physically damaging to another person,
I still don't think they should be allowed to compete in any of that either.
It's more acceptable to me for that than it is for somebody to train in or fight in mixed martial arts. Or,
I understand that,
jiu-jitsu or any kind of combat sports, any contact sports in general.
It's the same thing as like swimming and all that, where you have the issue where that man was competing against women in swimming, and look what happened. Won every single event he competed in, literally every single one, and it's not even close.
That's the Riley Gaines, right? Riley Gaines,
whatever.
So Riley Gaines was the female swimmer, and then the other person, the transgender Leah Thomas swimmer, was like ranked 400 something in men's swimming, and then became number one in women's. Yes. I mean, that's I don't know, man.
Don't think it should be allowed. I don't.
So
even in her case, and it sucks, and I'm sorry to cut you off, but in her case where she was born a woman, like she has women parts, but she's still genetically and physically
you're juiced.
A man.
That's how I compare it, dude. You're juiced.
But you can't just say juice too, because it's more than just juice.
It's natural.
You're not just juiced. You're like what Rebel said. Your bone density, your everything is stronger. You're more resilient.
Well, maybe
in
her case, maybe. What if her bone density didn't get that portion of that? You know, what if we don't? There's a lot of things that people don't know because we're not doctors examining that person. I think, and all we can do is speculate.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is like, they have X. She has XY chromosomes. She does have elevated testosterone. Now, so now you're looking at a birth abnormality is what you're looking at from the social norm, a birth abnormality. So whenever it comes to that, you don't know, like, okay, it is their bone density higher. Like, okay, so they have less bone density, but they could have more muscular development. You know, like with my shoulder, they had to remove a ligament from my shoulder. And they said that if I was female, they could not do that because I would not get back to my 100%. And that's just because of, you know, males and our muscular development, bone density, all that stuff. We can do without it.
Sure.
But a woman couldn't. So when it comes to her, you know, that's one of those where you just kind of got to fucking look at it. And that's like a science experiment at that point.
It's 22. It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah, you don't know. And that's where, you know, and the political mindset just across the fucking globe right now when it comes to that type of stuff. Where do you draw the line? And it's one of those things like, okay, you've taken how many people from the social norm of a human being when it comes to DNA testing? Okay, we've got thousands of years of testing of it. Okay, figure out a fucking average. And if you're above average, sorry, you're out.
What is,
you know, I know it's not your fault. We're not trying to discriminate, but it's like,
that's the bad
what we
part
gotta
about
do.
it. You know, you feel bad, and I kind of feel bad because you never want to. It's not her fault that she was born that way, so you never want to discriminate against that and judge against it. But at the same time, there has to be a point where you got to draw a line and be like, all right, now you're kind of a man punching a woman in the face.
And I think the argument there is a lot of people have said that if, let's say someone is born, what is it called? Dwyer's syndrome, I think is what they said it was. Dwyer syndrome is where they're born like an intersex. You could look it up while I'm talking, but
yeah, I'm looking it up.
If they have elevated levels of testosterone, let's say they were doing something in their life under some sort of treatment, perhaps to lower that level back down to something that's more normal for a woman. Let's say if they're a woman, right? Let's say they're a woman. They were the abnormality of having XY chromosome, and they have high levels of testosterone, but they're bringing their testosterone levels back down to what would be more normal for a woman. And I think in that case, you know,
which they have testosterone blockers,
right, which would be acceptable, I think.
Yeah,
because now you don't have a woman who's taking testosterone, which generally will build more muscle mass quickly,
working out and everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, basically, you just have somebody that's been naturally juicing, but cycled off.
Sure.
That's still, you still have all the benefits of
it. Dissipates
of it.
So
it does
apparently
dissipate,
there's a few different types of
intersex, basically, is what it is.
Yeah, the intersex variations. You've got salt wasting congenital adrenal hyperplasia. So basically, on this one, it says a baby with XX chromosomes and CAH usually has a uterus and ovaries and genitalia that may appear visibly different.
Right.
So, and this one's talking about, it says large clitoris, short vagina, or other or larger or different labia. So like now we're talking about like somebody that's like pretty much a woman, but there is
some sort of malformation, perhaps based on genetics.
Yes,
sure.
Yeah, and the swire, what you were talking about, is complete gonadal dysgenesis.
Right,
and that occurs when a baby is born XY chromosomes, but the testes do not develop.
Right.
It says during prenatal development, they develop a vulva and a small uterus.
Right. So they basically,
yeah. So they
develop into a woman, but they have an XY chromosome, which is kind of what everybody's leaning towards with this particular person. Which honestly, that's pretty fucking personal. But
very personal.
It really is.
Yeah, we're right here from the outside judging whether this person has a specific type of genitals or not. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, well, but you have complete and partial.
Right.
Yeah, he got
the swire, you know?
He got disqualified. Let's say he got disqualified for his bulge.
So I was going to show that video. I was going to try and transition into it.
Bulge.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, what I was going to say is, like, if we really want to talk about, like, some real shit in the Olympics that's like truly an issue, was
the guy vaulting,
how overdeveloped this guy was.
The guy vaulting with a semi, is that the one you're talking about?
But if you look at it, he actually hit the pole before he hit his pole. with a different part of his body.
Okay.
His shins and knees hit it, and then
so his legs actually hit it first. Yeah, see, I didn't see that. I just
see that's a case where too much testosterone where the guy was too much.
Here, look, here,
with his bulge.
The story sounds better that he hit it with his dick.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, let's look at this.
Poor guy. I almost kind of feel bad for him. Not gonna lie. Like,
let me know.
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh.
But it just showed
right there. Yeah, he did. He did. Yeah, but he did catch it with the old twig and berries there.
He did. Yeah.
Hold on.
What's crazy though is
there it is. There it is, right there.
Go back.
I think
go back though. The ultimate tippy.
Look at listen. I think that like. That's probably just sealed the deal right there. You know, it might have stayed up on the bars with the shin and knees.
I'll say go back a little bit to where it's just the shin and knees.
Because he just touched them. Shin and knees barely touched, right? Barely movement in the bar.
You see it go down. So there's a chance. There's a chance it could have stayed.
Yeah, but look, that's shin, bottom of the knee. It's bending good.
It bent pretty far.
It is, but not as much as.
Hold on. But here's the ricochet. This is when the ricochet happens.
Coming back up.
Ricochets after it hits the knees.
Yeah, but that bounce is what knocks it off the bar.
And then, that right there.
And then right there.
Yeah, that took it off, dude.
Right there.
Look at that guy. I mean, he's down a foot now. You know what I mean?
He's like, it's not my fault.
Like bloop, and then it ricochets a couple of times, and then he hits.
Yeah,
the recoil.
If that thing was if that thing was completely over the thigh, maybe like, damn, bro, but it's not. You know?
If he had just barely grazed it with his knee and thigh, and then caught it. Yeah.
This is the perfect angle right here.
That was like every time. It's.
Yeah, but watch it. Let's count the recoils afterwards.
This is not the first time a dude's dick has gotten him in trouble.
No.
Hold on. There's look, we're full extension down right here.
Yeah.
And then we go up. There's one. And then we go.
You counting the recoil of the?
Oh yeah, we're counting the recoil.
Jesus.
Back into the left. Back into the left.
He's like, I'm pretty sure my balls touched my belly button.
This is probably like the most viral guy on Twitter right now.
This is not.
In reverse, it's fast in reverse. It's hilarious.
This is not the first time a dick in pole vaulting has came up, though. There's
like
this guy.
It's like it reached to grab and pull
There's
up.
Another one. There's another one. All right.
Yeah, it's a college pole vaulter that.
Like they're wearing tights, man. What would you expect? You know what I mean? You gotta
that dude is way above average. Let's be honest.
Maybe.
He could be average, but he's wearing tights, like you said.
You never know.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Oh god.
Oh.
Yeah, that fucky
now, supposedly.
Oh, dude.
He impaled his own scrotum and required 18 stitches for that one.
Oh.
Mm.
Sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
That was I'm sorry. That's not even funny. That's just
he turned literally a human lollipop right there.
Oh my
god. Well, but okay, so the difference in the difference between those two is everybody feels bad for the college dude. This other guy has got women all over. The French guy has got all the women in the entire world trying to hit this dude up in DMs, bro. 100%.
Yeah, this dude is disfigured and probably is like having a hard time getting girls. The other one's getting all the girls.
Oh yeah, 100%. And then and then they see it and they're like, yeah, nah, fam, I'm good.
Crazy.
Yeah, no, it's
Like Skep said, it's not the first time.
That's a great movie with Glenn Powell, by the way.
You guys stop your screen.
Trouble.
There, Rebel.
It is not.
Oh shit.
You're right.
Nah. Let's watch ourselves.
Leave it up. Watch ourselves.
Let's watch ourselves wrap this shit up. Should be.
Yeah.
All right. We've been an hour and a half, so we're solid. You ready? He's already ready for the picture. Okay, let's go. My sunburn and everything.
You can't even tell.
All right, we're good. Oh, he
Sunburn
changed
and
positions. He's holding up a Coors. I'm surprised you're not drinking a yellow jacket right there. Coors Light.
I still have my empty
Shiner
beer
box.
bottles from
I
the
don't
other night on my desk.
I don't condone
Coors is
drinking
so
and
much
driving at all. However, if you were to have a beer and then drive like an hour or two later, a Coors Light's probably the way to go.
Well, I mean, if
Why?
y'all saw my my Twitter
An hour or two later.
the other
other
day,
beer.
I was bringing out my inner passenger princess.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, yeah. No, Ashley was like, "Hey, so we go to the bar, so I get babysat, and she
Oh.
works.
Mhm.
Like she brings her laptop, she's at the bar, she throws her headphones in, and she works. It's the weirdest fucking thing ever. And everybody's like, "How the fuck does she work?" I don't know, but I get babysat, and we
Making
close
sure
that
you're not hitting
motherfucker
on
down.
Hitting on the
Dude,
hot
I'm
milk
getting-
at the bar like last time.
Nah, dude, I'm getting
Mhm.
babysat by the 71-year-old lady that is the funniest person I've ever met in my entire life, and she's there every day, phenomenal. And yes, she
feel like-
kicked the owners out of their chairs so we could sit down.
I feel like Tuna
Owners
gets
of the bar, she
hit on by dudes a lot.
I mean,
Who, me? Oh, Tuna?
have you seen this stash?
That's why I said it. I was just making a stupid comment. Okay, let's wrap this shit up, you guys. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yep. All right, love you guys.
Love
for
you
real.
guys.
If
Later.
y'all mean
Mean
it. Have a good night. Bye, Jay.
They mean
Bye,
it. I know.
Cam.